Hill here in San Francisco. We're just about set for action. Hi everyone, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. In this era of player empowerment, no aspect is more important than their determination to make sure their voices are heard. As continued cases of social injustice come to light, they refuse to simply shut up and dribble, if you get my meaning. Instead, they're using their platform to affect change. Kevin, it's a movement among some very determined players.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for the Warriors, Kelly Oubre out there with Green. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Wiseman. And it's Curry in at the point. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. George looking over the floor. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, I'll tell you this. If the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Now here's Green. And that one is good.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Now here is George. Elbow shot, and he gets the jumper to drop. George has got five.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
Pass to Wiseman. He kicks it to Wiggins. To the middle. It's good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here is George. He has five. Kept alive. Shot's good by Ibaka.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
And it's Green with the jam.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
There's some toughness in the attitude of Paul George. Perfectly fends off the D on his way to the rack.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Beverly against Curry. With some arc, snatched up. Here's Ibaka, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up two on the second effort.
Boy, he knows how to fill the lane in transition. Serge Ibaka, a very mobile big man.
Green kicks to Curry. Wiseman the pass to Wiggins. And Curry has it in the corner. There's three-pointers off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Leonard. And Curry pulls it down. Warriors have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And there's Green on the assist by Curry. Green's got his second bucket.
Draymond Green plays with power and with energy. Contact does not deter this man.
And here's Leonard from 3. The shot that time not on target. Got it up. That shot off. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And for anyone who thinks this game isn't about hard work, listen to Steph.
I can't tell you how many shots I've taken in my life and how many hours of log practicing, but it started with a love for what I could do and just love shooting, love being in the gym with a ball in my hands, and knew from early I was kind of a natural at it, but in order to get to this level and for me to have gotten better, that's the catalyst.
And as we know, Greg, Steph comes from a family of great shooters. It's in the blood.
But as you said, it's about the work. NBA players have had tons of kids. Most don't make it in this league. Steph is on his way to being one of the best to ever grace the hardwood.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kennard. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. A 14-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Warriors making the shot. Greg, obviously we're early on here. We already have seen some second-year players looking much more improved over their rookie year.
I mean, if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. And listen, the fact that you now gone through the season, you've got a better sense of who you are and what you can do out on the floor. I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year, and you go into the offseason with specific goals and areas where you want to improve.
You think there's more growth between your first and second year than any other 2 years in your career?
You could make that case, no doubt about it, because you're still thinking you can be one of the all-time greats no matter who you are at that stage, and so you tend to put in a little more emphasis in terms of improvement.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Here's Pascal, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Jackson up top, 8 points his last outing. The 19-foot shot. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Goes back up. Goes up with it again. And that one is good from Zubac.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Inside. Patterson against Pascal. Shoots over Patterson. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Georgia subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
There's just a nuance and an understanding to what Steph Curry does. How good is this guy at finding the spot he's looking for?
Now here's Leonard. He had a 30-point outing their last game against San Antonio.
And guys, remember, remarkable passing the ball as well. He racked up a number of good assists.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Steph Curry just rolling right now. We've seen many big nights from this guy. You might have to add another one.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Clippers on top, up 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking out open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Looking at the Paul George trade last year, he cost an unprecedented treasure chest of assets. Shaq, was he worth it?
In a win-now environment, Ernie, yes. When you mortgage your future like that, you have to hope nothing goes wrong, like taxes and all that good stuff.
Well, the value of trading a superstar early is the contract. You can maximize your return. We're seeing more teams trying to follow that trend.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
Through this one, plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. They've got Curry. Green is out there with Weissman. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Wiggins in at shooting guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Oubre, good.
Well, wow. How about that fantastic look by Steph Curry? The ability to create and make the guys around him better.
You know, oftentimes we talk so much in terms of Steph's scoring ability, but I tell you what, he's one heck of a floor general as well.
Greg, he probably doesn't get enough credit for how he controls the pace, his ability to orchestrate the offense. He can create for himself, certainly, but don't sleep on his ability to create for his teammates.
George passes to Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Beverly, the pass to George. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul. The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Well, there's a length and an intensity that Serge Ibaka brings to the table. And as a solid teammate who contributes on both ends, this is a guy you want on your team.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And it's Luke Kennard in for Kawhi Leonard. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago, but I'm not sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for Kevon Looney. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Toscano misses.
Boy, the opportunity was there to convert. He just could not come up with it.
That's good for George on the assist from Jackson. George has got 11 points.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
Wiseman's checked in for the Warriors. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson is checked in for Ibaka. Lou Williams is subbed in for Jackson. Zubac finds George. Now Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Offensive rebound. Patterson passes to Kennard. Williams with the ball. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Poole. Here's Pascal. The shot comes out, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Williams. Here's Zubac. It's rebounded by Golden State.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Williams looking over the floor. Right side, Leonard. Over Pascal. And Leonard gets it to go. 8 points for him.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all three levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 2. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Williams. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Here's Green. Great D that time from Leonard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A 2-point game. Fires the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Clippers. The Warriors shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Outside, Green. Fires the 3. It's good from long range.
And the crowd is loving this long-range bomb attack that we're seeing here tonight, coming right back to answer a 3 with one of their own.
High, arcing shot, and there's the nice layup by Leonard. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, everybody in the NBA should have the floater as part of their arsenal. Leonard makes it look easy.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 4. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, you know what side he's on.
That one goes in. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
You've got to keep the defense on their heels, and Kawhi consistently able to make pull-up jump shots.
And the basket by Curry.
Big sequence there, guys. Curry takes it upon himself to take and make the big bucket.
Leonard against Oubre. The shot from 20 feet away. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Leonard's got 11 points here in just the second half.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're leading by 3. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Patrick Beverley.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Here's Curry with the three. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I love scorers who want to seek contact. Kawhi Leonard consistently in the top 20 in free throw attempts.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Nobody you want taking that shot more than Steph Curry. What a pressure player.
Here's Leonard. Misses off the right eye.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The pass to Batum. Kicks it to Beverley. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Good!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're down by 4. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Curry over Beverley. They get it again. Passes it to Green. Curry on the wing. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Boy, Patrick Beverley, what a pleasure this guy is to watch. The level of competitiveness, the commitment to the defensive end. Man, he can raise a team.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They